All right, everyone, a few more words on Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson and this whole gender thing and this gender transitioning thing. Hey, everyone, before I jump in, I have a quick ask from this side of the camera. Please smash that like button. That helps out with the engagement and it helps me out and it helps the channel out. And also, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. All of those things would be very helpful for me. All right, everyone. I just wanted to come back and say a few more words about this Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm sorry. Let me uh, introduce him by his proper title, Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. I just wanted to come back and say a few more words about this. First of all, I need to be careful about this in case I meet Dr. Tyson one day. I have the utmost respect for Dr. Tyson. And ever since I was introduced to the astronomy world and cosmos and all of those things, that's been on my list of things to do. And that's to meet him, especially with myself setting out to become a bigger science writer and science communicator. So I'm not trying to disparage him in any way. But I think this is a fascinating thing. Should astrophysicists be voicing such strong opinions on reproductive biology and gender and endocrinology? If that's not their expertise, if that's not their focus, should they be so outspoken about something like this and something uh, as sensitive as this? So, and I'm gonna tiptoe a little gently here because I'm not sure YouTube even wants me or others talking about this or even focusing on this story. So thank you to everyone who supported the last stream regarding uh, the endocrinology of gender transitioning and also looking at whether or not transitioned males should compete in athletics with uh, natural girls and females. You see, I'm tiptoeing around this. It's kind of hard to talk about, but I think it's fascinating and it's worth addressing nonetheless. Well, YouTube struck out those two links in the description box. So I have two more pieces here. I'm just going to read the titles. If you want to look them up, you can look them up. But everything here is an experiment. And what I learned on Saturday night, because I got the alert on Saturday night, it said, "We've removed your content." I thought they took the whole video down. Fortunately, they didn't. But what they did, if you go and you look in the description box, what they did is they went and they removed those links because they said they were spam. I don't know what was spam about those articles. I haven't contested it yet, but suffice it to say, this is a sensitive topic. And I don't know that YouTube wants us talking about this. And they will go and remove links from beneath your videos if they don't like that. So I don't know if that's artificial intelligence or if it's the people behind the curtain, but things are being policed on this platform. Okay, so again, I'm going to be brief. I don't have a lot of time. I just saw this article. This one, I'm not even going to screen share it because I don't want this to get snipped out by the YouTube police. But this is another Martina Navratilova talking point as it relates to Neil and this whole thing. I talked about who Martina Navratilova was in the last live stream. She's a, um, a classic female tennis player, a historic and a very well accomplished female tennis player who is lesbian. I'm just going to read this title. And I'm not even sure I should read this. It says, 99% of all sexual assaults are done by men. Being trans doesn't change that. And when I read the title, it goes back to the live stream. Even if you change the outward appearance, even if you change what we see and what the person sees in the mirror, are you changing the underlying biology? So in this instance, does that male aggression, do those male behaviors, do those male behaviors go away because you change the outward appearance? Okay. So you can look that article up yourself if you want to. I'm not going to put it beneath the video at this time. And this article is entitled Meet Neil deGrasse Tyson, a scientist who doesn't know the difference between a man and a woman. So this highlights his dialogue with Fox, but it gets to the question, and it made me think about this question: should an astrophysicist be commenting on biology and endocrinology and reproductive biology? Well, when I thought about it, I realized that, and this goes for being a YouTube content creator in general, you have to be careful about sounding like a subject matter expert if it's not your subject matter. So I can talk with authority about pharmacology and toxicology, but I know my limitations. So when I can barely talk about artificial intelligence and machine learning and algorithms. I have to defer to other guys like Engineering Cannabis and Aquatechy and Professor Black Ops and the tech guys. I have to defer to them. I have to when it comes to micromobility, I have to defer to gentlemen like Complex Design. If you're new to this channel, these are other people in my network over here. But my point is, you have to know your limitations and you have to know what you're qualified to talk about. I've broken this rule before, so I'm very careful of this now. Many of you know I've taken an interest in the whole climate debate and that whole thing. Well, when I address it here on the channel, I'm not addressing that because I am an expert in that. I'm learning about it. And so I'm deferring and I'm at the mercy of more knowledgeable people. So I think that as a scientist, especially as scientists, we have to be mindful of what our limitations are and what we are experts in and what we are not experts in. So that's what I think about when I think about this whole Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson thing. He's an astrophysicist, he's an outer space guy, but what is his expertise when it comes to endocrinology and reproductive biology? And then the other thing is going back to Dr. Willie Soon, show us the data, show us the evidence. Words are really bad. Dr. Soon, why do you show all these charts? Because words are really bad. And so you have to look at the data and you have to look at what's known about something. And the fact that natural girls in these competitions are being beaten out pretty badly. In some instances in contact sports, they're really being beaten up pretty badly. And going back to this article about Martina Navratilova and her words about that particular type of assault. See, I'm tiptoeing around this when we're making determinations on this and who was what and who was not what and who can do this with whom. I think you have to take a look at the biology, the behavioral biology. Okay, what behaviors are we seeing with these changes? So that's all I wanted to say about that. And that's a question I thought about. Should an astrophysicist be commenting this strongly on things like reproductive biology and endocrinology and things associated with that? So I'm going to stop that there. I hope the YouTube police don't snip this down. This is short and it's very, very benign. This is Big Discussions 76, Science and Technology. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, Please like and share. This is very important for all of us to think about as our society continues to evolve, because we're seeing, as I described in my last live stream, we're seeing science intermingle with policy and culture and uh, societal norms and all kinds of things. And in some instances, we're losing sight of science itself. So please like and share. If you want to donate something to the channel, that information is below in the description box. And please consider joining the Big Words LLC newsletter. And with that, I'm going to wrap this up. So remember the words of Dr. Willie Soon: words are really bad. Show us the data. I want to see the data. As always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Always try to do your best. Take care, and I will talk to you the next time. Bye-bye.